Oh, is his name
Who's going to be able to
Malkai?
take that
Oh,
trophy with them? And who's going to witness the last key being destroyed for the League of Legends competition?
It's a lot of tension going into this first game.
All right.
And one thing to keep in mind as
so Ivern can pretty much go anywhere. I wonder if we're gonna. So Ivern can actually clear as fast as Zyra.
Point start here. The Ivern will be out-cleared by the Zyra early.
No,
he will
it's
get a
even.
Farm lead. The Ivern will not be able to match because it takes some time for him to actually
no,
capture
it's
his
even.
camps and get that
even.
money.
He doesn't.
And
They
that
ignore
is
him.
where Owner is going to have to utilize that small advantage. When you already have this Renekton top side here, I do feel like top esports have a lot of power to control those early grubs. So that's what I really have my eye on in this game. You get those early grubs for top esports. Just on a side lane threat is something that T1's draft does not match right now, really.
Oh, maybe he was talking about.
That's going to be a huge goal. Is Zeus taking some early damage as well. That's the power level
overall,
Renekton.
like
yeah,
first
just,
clear.
369 walking him down there as Carrier going to throw a Cosmic Binding in. Not too much else going to happen as 369 is going to jump scare Owner from the brush.
This is good. This is good. I love when they do this.
Well. That could really delay the start, but he might have to, get himself out of here. Is going to be able to do so safely, but sacrifices a whole bunch of his health.
Better because Zyra doesn't get her plants off.
He makes his way back towards the top side. Was it worth it?
I don't think so, but to be fair, I'm not sure Zeus is going to have that much pressure in this matchup. He does have the Doran Shield, does have second wind, so it does drastically slow down Owner's clear.
Don't kite nowadays or what?
Well, I guess we'll see whether it works out being worth it in the end.
Ramash is so strong.
On both sides here as the battle for
lane
control on the bottom side of the map starts off at almost 2 minutes in. Very
also, Zyra
early.
does have phase rush. Is that
so far, it is control here for top esports.
Hey, big fake!
Is looking for flashes over the damage.
No!
Jump, and now the minions are doing so much. Blood picked up with the help of his friends and Cream on the board.
Oh no, so close. No, he was level 2.
All into the Tristana.
Not
and
pot,
failed.
or he just
Similar
buy 2 pots.
situation with the minion damage as well. Another miscalculation, and it's Cream who picks up first blood. Already a tough matchup for the Corki. We've seen the Tristana usually win those out here, not only at this tournament, but just right now in this meta on the previous patch, this current patch. This is not a good start for Faker. We'll have to burn his teleport early.
I mean, it's just worst case scenario. Like, if you don't have pressure in the matchup, that's one thing, but to end up going down,
if he knows he gets 2 there, it's so close. Maybe he could have done a better flash so he
and the rocket jump
trades 1 for 1, or
he
levels, if he kills, he levels up.
The bomb and the minions to the whip.
He has the brush as well, and Faker on the other side doesn't have a brush for cover, so can't actually get away from the minion damage, whereas Cream is able to walk it out. Really nice decision there on the angle of flash. They'll trade teleports, but this favors Cream because now he has a longsword advantage here and can continue to push Faker back.
I think
if he trades aggressively, Faker won't have a teleport the next time he needs to come back to lane.
Well, Owner is going to look to try and help out here. Has
so
double buffs at the ready as he rotates over. Walks across a ward, though. And Faker looking to try and get some damage down while he can with his jungler in the mid lane. So T1 trying to get back some control.
Look at blue side next game, and they'll Trish or force the ban.
The magical journey is very short. Cosmic Binding's going to come through still. The flash forward, and Tien is going to help Mako try and lock down this kill under the bar. There's the last
their draft is
kill for top esports.
So much value coming out, and now Guma is in so much trouble. He has summons, but no one there to help him. This is a really easy dive.
Well, let's see what they can actually do here, how clean it's going to be as he dashes through the turret.
Yeah, the Ivern with Rob, Triss, Renekton was kind of good. Them being all AD doesn't matter.
2 big wins here in the early game for top esports. The kill on Faker, the gank bottom there. And unfortunately, Owner just nowhere to be seen on the play. A little bit of a slowdown coming through from 369 on
Bro,
his
I think top esports drafts have been good every single game, by the way.
Not able to get out of this one.
Every
he
game.
Doesn't have a cleanse. Carrier just caught here in the river.
Against
trying to spot this out.
G2, hard outdrafted.
Taking a faster rotation. And there's no way out
G2
for Carrier.
hard outdrafted.
Just left to dry as the Ashe pushes in the wave to stack this up for a second dive. There's just nothing Guma could do here.
And I feel like it's kind of been a hallmark of Tien, just really focusing down towards bot lane. We saw it yesterday quite frequently, really putting the attention there and getting so much value every time he does.
battery game, that is.
And I feel like it's so dire right now for T1 because if top esports went in the late game with this composition, I'd feel pretty confident in them. But when they already have 1,000 gold lead at 5 minutes, it is not looking promising.
Yeah, and we know as well that Tristana can struggle a little bit very early on, but then is going to be absolutely fine. And with that first blood, it really does put a huge pressure point in this mid lane that was otherwise unexpected for T1. We'll see what they can do to try and mitigate it. This is not necessarily looking good as the Winter's Bite going to connect onto Carrier, gets himself through the wall with the magical journey, and Owner is walking his way down. Information though, with that ward and the tri-brush does mean that Top Esports able to walk their way out.
Oh, the Top Esports was the coach that yelled at
as much as they could possibly put in. As speaking of which, Cream in the
I remember that because people were like, all the internet warriors were like, he shouldn't yell at his players, but that's what like real sports coaches do. Oh shit, it's that guy.
Towards the bottom lane once again, Gumayusi gets the dash off. Good cosmic binding. They're not able to find a follow-up gank this time around.
I know it's that guy.
We also see Owner obviously get a big farm lead in the jungle, expecting the matchup. But I really think they starting to need to be finding angles to get advantages, using that Zyra's
I can't click that right now, but yeah, I know what it is. I'll watch it after.
But it just feels like right now both junglers hovering around bot. The lane is still very playable for Guma and Carrier, even though they're in a disadvantage. But another good
that kind of explains why like Cream didn't
like the measured aggression.
Was like all focused up, was all coaching probably.
It's very careful. It's very aggressive, and it forced a reaction on T1. T1 handled it very well. Guma didn't have to cleanse there, even though the Asher was coming through. Mako committed his heal even, but it sets up for a follow-up, keeps Owner on the bottom side. And then guess what? This is the top side grub control I was talking about here. Tion starts up the first three. Renekton has top side control. Faker's losing the mid lane matchup. You're winning all three lanes. Your objective of choice is going to be those top side grubs. Stacking 3 up already puts Tristana in a great spot. This puts a lot of pressure on T1
nowadays.
for the second one. Owner coming over here now. Faker
full cryo in every single lane. All good Iron chances. Maybe he can yoink one. I mean, it's actually good timing. Tristan's no TP. He got one. Daisy's up though.
369 getting in here. There's the grasping roots.
Bard's
Daisy
coming.
Pops up. And she is going to help out taking this final grub. That is going to be that, 2-1. So T1 at least managed to get that boost of experience there by taking one of the grubs, but this is still a Tristana with a potential
actually going the glacial
Honestly,
build.
Owner being down in experience,
not the area,
might have been a big factor on why they ended up backing away there, because they had more members on the map, but didn't have the confidence to go for it and make it work before more members of Top Esports got there. But Top Esports, they can be happy with what they got.
Wins late
that
game.
Dragon is still up and available.
Based off what?
Definitely the next.
See how easy their team comp is to play.
I'll see who's going to be able to get their mitts onto that one. As Jackie
got a little flash, okay.
From Guma. Level 6 before Jackie manages to get there. And that is a very scary Zeri. I really like the early flash to come through, respecting what she can possibly do here. As Cosmic Binding not going to find too much as Mako turns back up again and will help Jackie as he clears up these minions.
Yeah, and you know, they were able to get that really important ward in the Dragon.
Oh, I do have sound louder than yesterday, sorry.
That's why Mako wasn't there. That's why Jackie Love had to flash, but it's not all for nothing because they do get some additional vision here of T1. We'll know some more about their Dragon setup. And you have to really respect that level 6 Zeri all-in angle when you don't have your defensive arrow. Even with the barrier there, it could have been Guma getting enough of a lead to take the Dragon. Now, with Cream still in control in the mid lane, they can contest.
I think that's why it just feels so rough right now in this game, because typically
you had to go the tabs by.
Gatling gun, that's the lane you'd hope you'd have the early prio, but like bot and top were always going to be at a deficit in the early levels, just due to the power of both the Ashe and Renekton's laning. And it just feels like T1 are kind of desperate for a point of pressure. Oh my god, he's still fighting.
Dude, Tristan's
too strong. That lack of pressure, they haven't been able to make a move towards that Dragon. They obviously lost out when it came to the grubs overall. And with this pressure, you can see bot and mid.
Can't just ban Triss because then they just pick
comes on over with the magical journey.
He has no flash, he's no flash, Perfect, give it to Guma, give it to Guma. Okay. Nice.
And that's exactly who you want the money going to. As now Tien looking to try and answer as Faker under his inner turret. That's a very optimistic gank, but they're still going to get so much free time with this outer.
They want to get something out of it. Unfortunately, Daisy not going to have the same explosive impact as the ult coming out from Owner. That's how you use that.
Oh, the Ashe ult!
Owner is going to turn up, though. They do manage to get the play.
Fuck, I hate that champion.
He's slowed down, but he's out of turret range, and that is going to be the successful kill onto Faker. Tien sets up the shield onto Cream, who rocket jumps over. He's going to be absolutely fine, and Top Esports still come out ahead.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be really unfortunate there for Top Esports. T1 getting the return play, punishing Jackie Love's flash that he burned earlier from Guma.
Bro, Jackie Love is hacking.
Top Esports more than happy to make that trade. Really big issue for Faker right now, the pressure being applied.
Arrows are literally curving, by the way.
Tristana, that kill as well, and now the Dragon secured. Top Esports getting everything they want.
They really do. It looked like maybe Faker was going to get out scot-free with just the cost of maybe a plate and some minions, but going down eventually there. And yes, it's a massive farm lead for Owner, but we saw this against Gen G when Tian was playing this Ivern. It doesn't matter how far behind you fall early, because your relevance later on is often going to be way higher than what the Zyra could do. And yes, Owner gets the successful gank off here, but so does Tian there in the mid lane. We'll go back to this arrow, launched from the main base here. It's a Hail Mary. If it doesn't hit, then you back off. But if Faker gets caught by this, it's an easy kill. Owner trying to shadow this, but unfortunately will not be able to offer anything back. Faker's super frustrated.
I know, bro. It's like, fuck!
Flash available.
It's fine.
But didn't use it.
So, Dylan, locking, loaded.
Flashes than just not flashing at all when an arrow comes through. I think we've all seen the videos, so not quite there on that one. Still will have it for the next fight.
I mean, even if he were to have to flash, that's annoying.
It might have been that he thought he could possibly survive with Owner in the area. Still, T1 holding on in this early stage of the game. It is not quite up to 2,000 gold, the lead for Top Esports, but as we've said already, we do like their chances as this game goes on. T1's going to have to find some explosions here in the mid-game. This is not necessarily looking like it's going their way, though, as Zeus fighting with 369. Daisy gets amongst it. She should be able to get a knock up here as the flash comes in. The all-out is down as well, but
Zeus, I forgot how hard he trolled the first fucking
get the shield back, but still, he's going to be taken out. Teleport a little bit late here, but it's still coming through as Faker
what are
wanting
we
to clean this one up.
Not kill
Big one comes down, flash comes out.
He's going to die.
There's another rocket does come on through, but Daisy is just being so frustrating here for the Yordle. Does get the 50 gold, but Tian is still chasing after him. A few more autos. There's the flash. Doesn't matter.
Not know how Ivern works, man.
The power of Daisy in that skirmish, and it's just so frustrating to deal with. The constant damage, blocking your abilities.
I mean, to be fair, Zeus can't fight there.
With the red, just sort of
we have to
red is
pick
Midlane is doomed as well.
2 turrets, 2 teleports, a kill
we gotta,
in the top lane,
get
and Daisy helps get it done. And guess what? They're also going to
get
the void
Faker's
grubs.
comfort picks, put them on Quickie.
5 grubs to this
Not
Tristana,
happening.
who's that side lane threat. Nothing is T1-sided in this game as Zeus tries to pull him in with the all-out, but just ends up getting chunked down. 369, so much damage output, and then Faker coming in with a late teleport here. It's so late that 369 can then flash this, and look at Tian getting the root here, allowing 369 to get out, even giving the brush just in case. He's got those empowered autos coming through as well with this brush, and Faker just doesn't have the damage. See you later.
It's so frustrating just to get walked down by an Ivern with red buff and just autoed to death as he's like prancing about. But yeah, I mean, it's such a rough spot to be in. The Corki really falling behind, and especially when you know you're playing in the Trist, you're playing in the Ivern, you know you're going to struggle in the late game. You already have the Moonstone
there was crying excessively. Did I miss anything?
4 stacks in the Dark Seal. He's already going to have so much value in these skirmishes, and particularly when you
we're fine. Like I said, T1 lost first game against Liquid. We haven't even hit Faker's
you're going to have a really hard time cutting through those shields already.
Yeah, it's looking real dicey. Zeus up here fighting with 369.
And it's a best of 5.
Doesn't quite find the third Q there as the minion wave is going to be shoved in. And yeah, I think Zeus knows that he's not going to be able to get towards that turret. I think
they lost by 13,000 gold in a score of 30-6 Team Liquid. 30 to something
going his
way. In first game.
And I think Owner with the extra damage potential could be an avenue in some of these fights.
Full AD doesn't lose like it used to.
Good because they can really disrupt, allow that Zeri to start to get going.
Game's not over.
And maybe that's the opportunity. The thing is, I don't know whether they're ever going to get to team fights. You're exactly right, Wolf. Like, he's just destroying all these turrets.
Second turn, he picked up so many plates. He just cashed out
the 5 grubs to Trist has to go.
Unlimited money at 14 minutes into the game as the plates fall. He doesn't care.
100 gold.
Yeah. And now Zeus isolated here. Faker has to come over.
Yeah. And meanwhile, onto the bottom side, it is going to be 3.
Oh,
he catches the arrow, and Jackie Love is able to take down from downtown. Oh, that's just unfair. They're still able to keep pushing forward, but that is damage done. And T1 are going to still try and trade, right? Because they lost an inner turret on the top side. They are priced into this, but they're going to run out of minions. And now 369's going for it.
Oh, no!
Lens comes in. He gets cut up. It is going to
gold.
be the
Did he die?
Falling, but was it worth it? I don't think so. Faking out
that was close.
Trying to defend this inner, but that one's
Bard at least
at
got
the same time. And boys,
this is over. This is an ass.
I think this one's donezo.
It's such a rough trade for T1. It looked like they were just going to trade those low health tier 1 towers Top Esports gets so much more, though. This team is so fantastic at finding ways to break tier 2s. They aggress the enemy jungle, but I mean, yes, that was a given. They were probably going to get that tier 2 top, but the fact the arrow snipes owner from Jackie Love, who's been so fantastic with these arrows today and yesterday.
Shut up, Dom, you hater.
And 369 takes down Guma. It couldn't have gone worse for T1.
Yeah, the fact that he had turret aggro.
I think they didn't do what they did against Team Liquid and just ban Trish Quirky.
Insane. We're going to have a look at it one more time.
Play some real champs, man.
Yep. Jackie Love just notices the situation happening, and it is so hard for the Zyra not to have turret aggro in that moment. Still, fantastically well played here by Top Esports.
And this is just such a disaster for T1. I want to, put everyone's attention to Faker's items.
Jesus.
Nothing. And his opponent,
Jesus,
his position is on 2.5, looking to get a third very soon here. Tristana is so much more relevant, can take these turrets out so quickly, give further map control.
He's got scraps.
Draft, but it's a product of Top Esports just getting these early leads, being so proactive with it. I mean, this was a great draft, we all agreed, but
this is just
didn't think it was going to be this one-sided with it. Nearly 6,000 gold the advantage here at 16 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they've just completely slaughtered it. And the fact that the Tristana is so strong and the Ivan has a lot of gold, now they are looking for 369 on the top side, but the wave's gone.
Yep, it's a lot of people up
here.
Wait,
watch out for Ashar, please.
Doesn't have a lot of minions to
contend with. Here comes Ashar.
Shelly that's going to pop her way in. An arrow is going to sail by as the magical journey is going to be there.
I mean, they're losing bot turret
with the magical journey, but meanwhile on the other side of the map, Zeus is getting the same treatment. He does have access to his all-out as Tien looks to try and get him.
Oh, nice! Got one at least. You lost the fucking turret. You blew all your subs, but you got him at least.
Got it as he dashes over the wall. Still, Cream's got a rocket jump. He'll be able to follow it up, but a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane and a 1-for-0 in top.
Yeah, and it's going a lot better for T1 now. On the back of that, they should
they get this turret
in the top lane. They got tier 1. They answered back with a kill
on
the bot lane. So it's something at least, but still in a huge deficit.
Yeah, and nitpick,
I mean, it's only 3,000 gold. I mean, that is honestly not too bad. I cannot believe they got both tier 2s.
Trades one back. He's getting a lot tankier in this game into this double 80 carry composition. Ivern doesn't offer a lot of magic damage, just a lot of shielding, the redemption.
Like, if you look at gold chart, all the leads, it's just on Triss, so to steal Triss. I'm not coping.
Get later on into this game, it's going to be very difficult to deal with this Cassandre, so that gold, absolutely relevant. But Faker is so
definitely not over, actually.
To see him get some gold.
Kind of playing this well. I thought it looked terminal.
Picking up a kill or two could really help him catch up, because that's the unstoppable force. It's not really the secondary 80 carry, the bot 80 carry. It's the mid 80 carry that's level 13 right now, heading towards a supreme late game. That's a big problem, and no one can really deal with this inside. So the more T1 players go to answer Cream, the more map control they lose.
Not to mention the fact that he's building towards the armor penetration now, so the money that Zeus gets going to feel less and less relevant with luxury items like that being built up. Still T1 looking for a team fight. Mako throws down the door, and the arrow is going to connect once again. It's on to Owner as he's taken down to half health. The redemption comes in, and he has nowhere to go.
So now he's got Faker running for his life.
Taken down. There's a fight on the bottom side of the map as well, as Gumayushi has to ult just to try and defend this inhibitor turret. Pre-20 minutes. Faker now fighting against 369, keeps himself alive as Zeus is there, as his defender. 369 almost getting there. We pull back, and Faker is able to end it in the end.
This Ash!
Oh, that was real dice in the end. Had to invest the teleport.
I mean, like, it's literally not even Ash autoing, it's just Ash ult.
Doesn't go down there, so close, but I feel like it's such a shallow victory when this is what is happening to your base.
So small, the victories, so little T1 gets back here as the inhibitors threaten pre-20 here. We all know the freak principle, but I think in this case, TS will be happy to take it. And I mean, T1 trying to collapse in here. The angles, the margins are so thin because Jackalef could just toss out his arrows, slow everybody down, allow the retreat. They can put up brushes, and then T1 once again fighting blind. Look at how many wards T1 have to put up just in their own jungle to see where Top Esports are. And this is before the Baron even spawns. In 45 seconds, once
releases Bard. Bard gets back on the map really fast.
Through all these brushes, not to mention the 2-dragon lead towards
so he can get wards out, plus he does go zombie. It's kind of like Rakan.
They're holding all the cards in this game.
I mean, Hextech Soul, it's always so strong, but particularly here where you are ranging your opponents, it's just going to make it impossible. And T1, they've started to find little ways to get advantages in return. This is an example of one of them where 369 just isn't quite able to stick on Faker long enough. Obviously gets his burst off here, but then Faker able to use his flash pretty effectively over the wall, and then Zeus comes in for some really clutch
Saved him just in time.
Got close at the end, to be honest, but not quite able to find it. But yeah, these are small victories still, and the problem is still there of Top Esports. Massive lead. You don't have items on Fake. He has completed
That's not
two,
useless.
Super far
We've seen
Cream.
Ian play it yesterday against G2. It was disgusting. He solo won the game, bot lane.
Oh, there's a tempered fate, though. They're going to look to see whether they can grab themselves a pick. The extended beam comes in, but Jackie Love just flashes away. The arrow comes through, and Zeus is the one taking all of the fire. Generally, that's an okay thing for the tank.
I mean, they know she has flash. It's desperation play.
He just melts, and now Top Esports freely move over towards a 30-second-old Baron.
We've seen what Carrier can do to turn these games around, but unfortunately this time on the bar, they catch Jackie Love, but the follow-up damage isn't there. All he has to do is flash away.
I mean,
Top
he has no way to
complete
steal.
Control here.
Yeah. Baron is going to be
secured. They get a kill here?
They might be able to get themselves a little bit of a kill off the back end, but it's not even going to happen. T1 needing everyone alive so that they can try and defend their base.
Maybe could have sneaked down towards the dragon. I don't think there's time.
This Ash Brom shit has got to go.
Should be third dragon for Top Esports as well. Here, you know, it's a good pick. The idea is there, but it just shows how far behind they are. Mako comes into block. And the thing that gets so much value here is this redemption with the Moonstone. Look at Mako's health fly back
everything.
Up. All the damage on him is reversed. And Gorm already such a hard target to take down. No real chance there to finish him off. And now Top Esports, Baron in hand, getting their third dragon, one away from Soul. Everything's going in their favor.
Yep, I think we knew that T1 weren't going to be able to
objective
contest for this dragon.
And it was one
Baron
grub.
Then going to be utilized to push down some of these waves. You can see Faker just trying to deal with the top wave so that that one isn't going to be crashing at the same time. But defending this bot lane inhibitor is going to be so incredibly difficult. Then there's two inhibitors down, there's so much pressure on the base.
Look at this
T1
will
never be able to exit.
I forgot about Rift.
369 clears the only real flank ward that's relevant here for potentially Zeus to come in and try to set something up. He's obviously on vision right now. They see him. No angle of attack for T1. They just have to sit back and defend.
Yeah, and look at these explosive charges.
Okay,
so
we gotta be better next game, guys.
It is just gone. Nothing that T1 can do. They have to completely pull the trigger and fully commit to a fight if they want to try and stop this, as the arrow is going to be carried alongside the Valkyrie, and that will allow Faker to keep himself alive there. But I don't think they're going to stop. This siege is going to continue forward, and they can do so comfortably with the fact that Cream is so huge, and Tien can give him those little pockets of safety with these brushes, and oh my goodness, the explosive damage is absurd. Jackie Love is going to tank the Tempered Fate and isn't too worried about it. Now,
so let's think about next game. What, we're blue side, so we can have first pick on the Triss, so we don't need to ban it, we'll pick it. So they'll probably ban Triss. Faker doesn't want to pick Corki. They probably know that.
And it is going to be too late as Top Esports. They should make quick work of this last remaining turret. And
the Ash Brom's annoying, though.
Absolute domination from the undefeated team here at EWC.
It is what it is.
And is that going to continue? So what a